Let's see here if I can get the camera over here on you guys. All right, take that camera and turn just a little bit. There we go. Got to get everybody in the camera. There we go.
There she is.
Yeah. All right.
And you guys can see what's happening live up there.
Right up there.
Yeah, well, I don't know if she can see it or not, but yeah. Anyway. All right. Andrew Dean in the house. How you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm doing awesome. Doing awesome.
Man, it's so cool. I can't thank you enough for taking the time to stop by, you guys, and just stop by and say hi, as we like to say, you know. Mm-hmm. But how's the world been treating you guys?
Oh, busy, but that's good. We'll take it.
Yeah, I'm sure you're in radio music hall and on the CMT and all this stuff all the time, you know. But how do we rank as far as the radio station goes, man?
Oh man, this is awesome here. And I got to tell you, this Beach Buddha coffee.
Oh,
that's
man.
the best, isn't it?
I'm just going to have to get some of that.
Yeah.
It's the best.
First sip, you know.
Well, I can make that happen for you because if the Beach Buddha's listening, I don't think he's announced the artist of the month yet. Yeah. So, Mr. Andrew Dean here, be a good candidate for that, and I think you get some coffee with that as well.
That's great.
Yeah.
This is wonderful.
We're already making great things happen.
It is the best roast coast to coast.
The best roast coast to coast. That's right. And the official coffee of Tiki Man Radio. Thanks to Veronica Rana, who sent us to Canada one time to do a show up there and had no coffee but instant coffee.
She had Maxwell House instant coffee.
Instant coffee right next to the Tang. And I'm like, we really need to get a coffee sponsorship. And we
well, at least it wasn't Sanka.
That's right.
That's what you get in Mexico.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. So the new album is out there, right? It's called Wanted. Let me get the camera back over here on me. And this is it right here. And man, how's the new album doing?
Well, I got to tell you something on that particular album title right there. My wife said that was a good title for it, and then she said this would really be good in a post office.
I can see that.
And you got your lovely wife here with you.
I do.
Yeah,
I do. My better half.
Yeah, you want to introduce her?
Yeah, my beautiful wife, Terry, over here. She's put up with me for going on 26 years. This woman deserves a medal.
Well, boy, I'm telling you, 26 years. Yeah. That's cool. So, you guys are headed to Ohio?
Yes, up around Toledo, Ohio.
And going to be playing where up there?
Oh, my goodness. I'm about 3 or 4 shows in a week, and we're up there for 5.5 weeks. So we're just kind of all over the place. So,
Right.
Man, when we were talking about having you on the show, I was looking at your schedule. I'm like, holy crap, I don't know if he's going to have time for us. But you did make time for us, and we really appreciate that. But you are busy, man.
Oh, yeah. But you know what? I don't know if you really call it busy if it's what you love to do.
That's true. That's true.
I'm just loving it.
Yeah, I've got a segment coming up here in just a little bit. We're going to do some newspaper news and stuff from Key West, and it's a new thing I'm doing this week. And I was thinking about it when I was putting this together that I used to spend my Sundays reading the paper. Which is a lost art these days, but that's what I love to do. Have a quiet Sunday morning reading the paper, and this was long before radio because we've been doing this show for about 8 years now. So
10.
No, it ain't 10. It ain't 10 years, but
8. Okay.
9 maybe. I don't know. But
9. I think it's 9.
long enough for the newspaper to go out of business. I think.
The Sunday paper was all about the comics and the coupons.
Yeah, don't get me started.
And the crossword puzzle.
Don't get me started on Hocus Focus when they took that out of the paper. Okay, that's a whole nother rant.
Dear Abby.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I love Dear Abby.
There you go. There you go.
Those were fun.
And everybody had that, right? I mean, everybody had some little section. You got the whatever's on the headline, where you go to sports or you go to this or that or read the horoscope, whatever. And it's kind of a morning ritual thing. But man. I'm really been digging your music. We, since the album came out, and we've really been enjoying having it in the radio. We get a lot of good feedback from it.
Oh well, that's awesome. I mean, each of those songs. I mean, it's always your baby. When you put it out there, it's and when you get a good response back, it's cool.
So. For those out there that don't know you, tell us a little bit about your history, man. You've opened up for some pretty cool people, right?
Yeah, I've been blessed. I mean, I've opened up for George Jones, Terry Clark. Did a lot of gospel stuff as well with various Gaither people, things like that.
Yeah.
Got to tour with Johnny Cash's sister Joanne.
Yeah.
So I mean,
That's pretty high cotton.
life has been pretty good.
It's okay to name drop.
You know.
Well, so in those early years, were you writing songs then, or were you part of the band, or what was going on?
I have written songs since, brother, I was sitting with a yardstick in my hand. That's about, you know.
Wow.
And I'll tell you, the reason behind that, really, there was a reason. I'd sit there and I'd play with the stereo like I was playing it. But when the yardstick was in my hand, it wasn't in my mama's.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because she didn't use it to measure.
That's right. That's right.
Or pleasure, for that matter.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about, Hippie Chick and I were talking about that the other day. I mean, you know, when I went to school, you pretty much...
They used to line us up in the hallway.
Well, I mean, your goal for the entire day, right, was to not lose your lunch and don't go to the principal's office.
That's right.
Okay, and
Yeah, that's
that was
your
a
goal.
fear to go to the principal's office. You know, you're a little nervous about that. I don't think these kids these days understand that. And if you got in trouble, you also had to deal with your dad when you got home.
Two troubles, yeah.
So and my dad was a truck driver. Sometimes if I got in trouble on Monday, I had to wait all week for him to get home. You know, and Mama wasn't going to let me off the hook, you know, because I'd try. I'm like, Mama, you want me to sweep the porch? Listen, that's not going to do you any good. All right, you got
Your daddy gonna be home Friday night and gonna be hell to pay.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and he'd been on the road all week as a truck driver. He was pissed when he got home. You know? So anyway, but yeah, and I kind of grew up in that same era. I mean, we had a radio station at the end of our street, through the woods, over on the next road called WFLI, Jet Fly in the Sky, baby.
Yeah.
And we would go down there as kids, and they had a box of 45s that they just threw over in the box, and we'd take those home and pretend like we were DJs.
See, you were destined.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We had a little, you know, the old carry cassette tape thing that you'd carry with a handle, you know, and you push record and record like you were a DJ or whatever on the radio,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So, and but yeah, I was spinning those 45s. So I get it, you know, it's passion, something you love, something that brings you joy or whatever. You don't venture off too far from it, you know. You know, but. So what's on the horizon? You know, we got to get you down to Key West sometime for our songwriter showcase.
Oh, I'd love it. I'd love that. I know, of course, we're in Florida part of the time in the year. We were down there quite a bit. Central Florida a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I told my wife we'd take a little drive down to Key West. You know, let's take a day trip because we were living down in Port Charlotte at the time, and 5 hours later we're still driving.
Yes.
Well, that's true. You're 139 miles away from a Walmart when you're in Key West. But I always tell people to, you know, especially those that have never been to Key West, even if they were going to fly into Miami, rent a car, take your time getting down to the Keys, you know, island hop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So there's so much that Key West will be there, and you know, take your time getting down there. But it's really been a big part of our life for sure, Key West.
Well, I saw that nice little shack you had there for that bargain price. I might have to go take a look at that.
Yeah. Well, it used to be a joke, you know, you had to be a millionaire to live down there, but I think that's changed. I think the billionaires have bought up all the millionaires, and it's pretty damn expensive, which is kind of scary to see how the island has changed so much as far as you know, people working and running the island, the bartenders, the waitresses, the waiters,
The musicians,
all those people make that island run. And if they can't afford to live there and work there, and some of them got, you know, working 3 jobs a day to do it,
Yep.
You know, you're really going to run into a problem sooner or later.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's already been a problem, but you know, you got to have housing for people that just trying to work and make a living. You know. But anyway, so you guys are headed up to Ohio, and have you ever played down in Key West?
No, never played down there. Been down there and had 3 glorious days of let's just forget about life for a while.
Sure.
Oh, man.
It's good writing time.
It really is, yeah. A lot of people do that. You know, there's 2 types of trop rock music. and there's the people that are that live in Key West, and they're writing about being there. And then there's the 95% of other people talking about going there. So there's two types of trop rock music out there, and of course we're very lucky to have a lot of friends down there that are also artists and musicians that live there, and you can tell the difference. They can't recognize that because they're writing about being there, but I can definitely tell it whenever, from this point of view.
A lot of my trop writing deals with being in Florida. We've got some beaches close to us that you just sit there with your guitar and play a little bit. And she's like, well, could you just leave the guitar at home? We're really not working here, But it's not work when you love what you do.
It's always
Yeah.
Sure.
You find me. You find me a lot of times in those situations. We go certain places, and there's not even a beach. It's just a golf, and my hat is tilted down. I'm slouched back in my chair, and not a care.
Yeah. So do you just have a melody or something that pops in your head, or how does
all
it
the
work?
time?
Yeah.
It's a curse sometimes. And
She's like, "Are you listening to me, or are you writing a song in your head?"
she knows if I have a pen. She's walked into a room when I've had a pen in my hand. She sees the pen up and I'm writing. She just comes and she goes, "I'll come back."
I go make bacon.
That's a good. Yeah, that gets my attention.
Nice.
Just motivated by bacon.
Bacon.
That gets my
That's a
attention
good
right
attention
He'll
grabber.
keep on working all day if I just keep feeding him bacon.
The smell of the bacon.
Do you have a brand that you like bacon-wise? Because it'd be nice to know if you're aficionado.
Oh my gosh, I'm not.
No? Okay.
He'll
Well,
eat
let's go.
anything.
there. That's right.
As long as it's bacon.
It is bacon.
Bacon.
Hey,
Bacon's good.
This woman sometimes she'll have it in her purse,
I have
and
a
I'm
baggie.
not kidding you.
I have a baggie of bacon in my purse
She calls
in
it
the car right
She
now.
calls it forest food.
Well, we had a
It
bacon.
is.
We had a bacon
It's good
guy
traveling food.
in
It
Key
is.
West when we went down last year. There was a guy showed up with a great big thing and was walking around giving bacon to people.
I do that. People smile when you
at
give
the
them
club.
bacon.
They do.
I go to
Everybody's like, bacon.
Bacon
yes.
makes everything better.
I go to football games and I have a big baggie of bacon. My mom used to be the beef jerky lady.
She did. She was.
Yeah.
She was.
Worked on the Ohio Turnpike, and all the truck drivers would come through, and she had baggies of jerky,
That's
beef jerky.
expensive.
Yeah, beef jerky. They have those stores. They have some up in Gatlinburg.
They have them in Buc-ee's. A whole
Don't
wall.
Buc-ee's, yeah.
So we're never going
man.
back.
Never
I
going
know.
back.
I know.
Sorry, man.
Buc-ee's is overwhelming to me. But yeah.
Atlanta traffic is bad enough stress. I
Yeah.
can't take another Buc-ee's.
I know. It's too
Let's pull over and
stressful.
relax. We'll pull over to Buc-ee's.
It's so
and
busy.
Wall of people.
You know?
It is. It's
People
like a
screaming.
Walmart. It's,
I'll tell you what, if you really want to experience it, go to the world's largest Buc-ee in Sevierville. They just built.
Oh, we're getting one in Ocala.
But
Are
the
you?
nice
Supposed
thing
to be
is, it's so big, it doesn't feel overwhelming. It's got the same stuff in it, but the building everything's a little bit more spread out, and
That may
it's
help.
actually a lot more enjoyable.
Oh yeah.
It reminded me of Black Friday shopping.
yes,
Yeah.
that's what it reminds me,
Me
of.
too.
It's very
I mean-
stressful to go in there.
We stop at the one on our way down to Panama City when we do our gig down there, and we've been there 2 or 3 times. I care nothing about Buc-ee's.
I care nothing about Black Friday shopping.
Yeah,
So
I care
neither
nothing about
anymore.
Buc-ee's, but there's always, hey, we got to stop at Buc-ee's, whatever. So, I love their barbecue.
They've
right?
got
The barbecue's
great
good.
stuff there, for
Those,
sure. Great food and all that, but
I make great barbecue.
it's like, all the people.
I can't remember, what are those air
this-
sugar things that they say?
Beaver nuggets.
Beaver nuggets.
Hey, you want to run your blood pressure up, eat a bag of them.
I'm not
you-
eating
you-
anything
you're
that
talking
has
about
beaver
sugar.
nuggets on it. I'm telling you that right now.
I can't eat them anymore since I went on my diabetic medication.
Yeah.
They're just too sweet. I can't eat them anymore.
It's too much. But
Andrew, I have a shout out to you from Ed the Train Man. He says,
choo choo.
he said to tell you that he loves your song All Aboard.
Awesome.
There you
Thank
go.
you so much.
we need more train songs,
We do. Ed the Train Man is one of our DJs and longtime friend, and they live in Crown Point, Indiana, and they just started doing a show on Mondays, and he actually does work for the railroad.
We're going to have to get over
Train
there, 'cause
engineer.
We're not far in Toledo.
Yeah, we'll have to go over and visit him.
Oh, yeah, there you
he
go.
would love that.
He would love to have you on his show. It's
He would
live
love
every
that.
Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern time.
I'm live every Monday.
I am too. I'm live every Monday through Sunday.
God bless us all for that.
Well, it's funny, I was looking at we talked about the TRMA earlier, and I was looking at the ballot the other day, and I think there were only 9 live shows, and we had almost half of them. And everything else is kind of pre-recorded, and I was thinking, well, there ought to be more live shows. Now, not everybody's on that ballot, like Lyle and A1A, they're not on there, but because they don't want to be, they chose not to. But those are also live. Lyle's got his live show, but there's others, but just from the ballot itself,
Right.
I thought that was interesting. There was more recorded than there was live.
I tell you, I was coming through. We were coming through. Where was it? Where are they located?
Oh, Lyle?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ohio.
Indiana.
Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana.
Yeah, we were coming through there. We
by Kokomo.
we had dinner with him and Sonia.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
So it was really cool. Really cool.
Well, a lot of people don't realize that Lyle and I both started out as what was called then the Tiki Bar Twins, and we had a buddy of ours that had a radio station called Tiki Island Radio.
Yes.
And
before this one. Yes.
and then we both became radio DJs on Tiki Island Radio, so that we were part of the same group there. And then he ran off and went to A1A, and then I started Tiki Man Radio. So it's kind of a little bit of snapshot history there, but
Yes, and you guys,
they're good
Ed
people.
the train man said, heck yeah, you guys are always welcome. Please come to Crown Point, Indiana.
All right.
We'll get with him.
We'll
We
do
will.
that. Yeah, we'll do that. Love to.
one thing I always liked about Lyle was he's got such a dry sense of humor, and when we were doing. I wished I had a recording of us doing sound checks back in the day, learning about radio, because they've got this. A lot of people don't know this, but Lyle does a lot of weddings, and he used to do a lot of DJing and stuff, in clubs and stuff. But I think they primarily do weddings now. But anyway, so he'd be wanting to do sound checks at 3:00 in the morning after they finished some kind of gig or whatever, and then I would get up and do sound checks with him, and he had such a dry sense of humor. I loved it, But anyway, enough of Lyle. Let's talk about you.
That's all right.
You can tell him I was complimentary of him when
I
next
will
time
do
you say
that.
it. Yeah. So we've got a song coming up here by Andrew Dean, and now, so the Farm Machine. Is that the band?
Yeah, I have a band in Nashville that I use, but I also have. It's kind of the rock pebble sand theory with playing.
Sure.
I go out and I can do solos. I can do duets,
Right.
Duos, and then also I have regional guys, and then it just depends on people's budget and what's going on, and
Yeah.
that's kind of how we book it. So.
And there's a lot of them in Nashville.
Sure.
Oh yeah, yeah,
A
yeah.
lot of the farm machine.
Now, have you ever done the like the round table songwriting or anything like that in Nashville?
No, at one time I was offered a job with Starstruck Reba's group but we had kids at the time, and it's like, man, I'm gonna have to pull them out of school. I'm gonna have to do this. So it's
Yeah.
kind of one of them things where Dad had to make a choice.
Right.
And I don't regret any of that. I mean,
No.
No.
two good kids.
I think it
you
all
know?
worked out pretty
Two
good.
good kids, and we're living life pretty good. So
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everything happens for a reason.
You know it.
I always like to say, for everything you win, you lose something, and what you are winning is you have to weigh that to be the best part of your life. So it's true. I mean, even if you win the race as a NASCAR guy, you got to stay over, cancel your dinner dates, and take all the pictures. So it's just the way life is.
A lot involved, but hey, if you're doing what you love,
That's right, man. Well, I know you guys got to get on the road. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to stop by and hang out with us.
our
And,
privilege.
It's
our
really
privilege.
great here.
Yeah, come back where, now that I know Lyle took you out to dinner, listen.
Yeah, we got to take it out.
Slipped that in there, didn't he?
Wait a minute. Did he take us out to dinner? 'Cause I think I got to check.
We took Lyle out to dinner.
I see how it is.
Now the truth comes out.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you being a big supporter of Tiki Man Radio as well, and we really enjoy it. And thanks for stopping by every morning and reading my morning post too.
You bet. I love giving you my good Some days my finger gets stuck on there, and there's a few more O's in there. You know, it's like, oh.
Usually all in caps, too, because they're
I
making
gotta
a
shout
statement.
it. Yeah.
All right, so where can everybody follow you? Where can they go to find out where you're going to be playing next? Websites, get your music, all that good stuff.
Well, we're on all the major platforms as far as streaming goes, things like that, but also at www.andrewdean.us, like United States.
There you go.
You can go there. You can get all the places where we're playing. The music's there. You can find out, what's happening, what's going on. Come on in, sit a spell. That's what I always say.
That's right. And you're on all social media and all that good stuff. I know you're on Facebook.
Yes, we are.
I see you more.
All over the place.
Yeah. Well, cool. Andrew Dean, everybody, and his lovely wife. And we appreciate them guys. Them guys. We appreciate them guys.
See, we're talking country now.
Yeah, I know. Appreciate them stopping by. They're on their way up to Ohio and made a quick stop here at the Chocolate Bar Studios.
I would say OH, but they root for the other team.
Oh,
blue. Go blue.
Oh, there we go.
Go blue.
All right. How about it here in the sun? Andrew Dean, everybody. We got a brand new JBL Legends Travel moment coming up next. Happy Sunday, everybody.